Alright guys, we're getting ready to head out to doing a little bit more of ice checking. We're going to head over to Emmetsburg, and then we're going to head over to Lost Island to see how that's going today. Not real excited about all this white stuff, but we're going to see how everything looks, and we'll get back to you. Alright guys, we've made it in town of the Five Island Lake in Emmetsburg, Iowa. We are right behind the beautiful Shores restaurant. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's a nice place. But we're at the boat ramp. And as you can see, yikes, it's a lot of snow. But the ice itself doesn't look terrible. Looks like everything sealed over since the last time I've been here. But we'll spud out there and see what we got. Well guys, haven't got very far out. Somebody threw some huge rocks. That's nice. But as you can see here, there's a lot of slush on this ice, and it's definitely putting pressure on it. That gets you through right away. I mean, if you're going to venture out here in town, I'd be very careful. I'm not going to venture out any further. I know there's better ice to the north, but remember, I'm seeing a lot of guys going out on early ice and they don't have even a spud bar. Guys, we can't stress enough, like, if you're going to go out on early ice, you've got to have all these things. I mean, it's not trying to save a few bucks is not worth your life. So remember, if you're going to try this stuff, you need to have your float suit, your spud bar, all those essentials to make sure you're going to stay safe. We'd really want to stress that. Alright guys, we didn't quite make it to the north boat launch yet. We're kind of right by the spillway over here, but I don't know if you can hear, but I'll kind of show you what's going on here. And the geese are keeping this open. It's not good. Not good. So as you can see there, it's open all the way up to the spillway. And this goes pretty well all the way across this lake. So we got to keep that in mind for the future. Hopefully when it gets colder, it will seal up. But with this being open and the little thinner ice, if you get a windy day, it could open up a lot more. So I thought I'd show you guys this, but now we're going to make our way down to the north boat launch. Alright guys, we made it over here to the north boat launch. A few people have ventured out already a little ways, but this is all snow covered, as you can see. But when I was here a few weeks ago, the ice was pretty darn thick then. So yeah, I got 3 solid hits there and I didn't go through. So I'm going to venture out a little further with the auger and the sled, and we'll drill a hole and see what our ice thickness is. Got out here a little ways on the north boat ramp, and when there's snow on the ice, to see what's going on, but you got to kind of look. I see a little spot over here. Obviously I spud it all the way over here to check it. Just a nice little hole there. You can see that. Hit it once with a spud bar and it went through. You know, there's no way of seeing those things, so you got to spud every time when you got this heavy snow on this thinner ice. But I'm going to keep going, as you can see, get a little further, see what we can find for fish. Alright, I just drilled my first hole here, right in between the island and the north boat launch over here, right at the start of the Narrows here at Five Island Lake. But I like what I see. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of snow, but there's about 7 inches of good ice underneath of that snow here in the Narrows. There's a few spots, but you can see the graying there. Any spot that you see got some gray on it, you're going to want to avoid that. Looks like they're kind of water pushing up through a hole or a seam, crack, stuff like that. So you got to be watching out for that. But otherwise, 7 inches of ice, we're going to see what we can find for some fish around these parts. Well, found a pretty good school. Let's see how big they are. This ain't a yellow, boys and girls. Woofda. Here he goes. Stay tuned, we'll see what it is. little bit of a bonus fish. Right in the side of the mouth, he came in, scared all my yellows away. Nice little kitty. That's one thing about Five Island too, is it's a darn good channel catfishing lake. Heck yeah! Alright guys, we're still on the north, or just off the north boat ramp here in the Narrows of Five Island Lake, and well, I'm pretty happy with fishing. Was pretty darn good. And then as you'll see, I mean, these fish are just perfect eating size. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these fish. This class over here is getting better. So don't be afraid to come to Five Island and give it a shot, because they're here and they're hungry. But as you can see, definitely slushy, but this is probably the best ice that I've seen anywhere we've been. I kind of wandered around quite a bit. They didn't stay under me, so you kind of had to follow them around. So just use that for future reference if you're headed out. But it won't be too hard to figure out where I was. But anyways, I'm going to head to the north end, and we're going to check that out. Alright guys, well, you wonder why I'm breathing so hard. Another reason why a bunch of snow on the ice sucks is when you got to drag your sled full of fish back. Whew, I'm out of shape. Alright, another thing that I saw, we're right off the boat ramp, but don't drill holes that close to the boat ramp. I mean, all that does is, I mean, you see this, all this water coming up on top, you know. If you're going to check it, use your spud bar. You don't drill any holes until you get further out. Really helps everybody out in the long run, but whew, anyways, I'm going to go get in the truck and take a little breather. Alright guys, I made it to the far north end. Whew, had to shed a later. Sweating a little bit. But kind of out in the dredge cut, this is all still wide open there. There's a pretty good crack that goes all the way across there, further to the north. But we're going to try to get over here and see what kind of ice we got on the back side of the dredge cut. Stay tuned. Alright, I made it out here on the north end. Like I said, we're not going to go that way. You can kind of see out there, that's all open. But a lot of snow out here. 3 solid hits there. You can kind of see the gray on the ice, and there's a spot over there I'll check, but might be able to drill a couple holes out here, see what we got. But stay tuned and I'll show you. Well guys, I'm going to show you why you got to have your spud bar at all times. So I've been spudding out through here, you know, nice snow, no moisture on the snow, nothing to indicate there's any thin ice or anything like that. And I kept spudding, and I got to right there. Been getting 4 solid hits right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. We don't go through, right? Well, guess what? Yeah. That was a close one. So, with that being said, I don't think the north end is a go for anybody. In my opinion, I would give this a lot more time. So if you are going to come to Emmetsburg, I'd concentrate in the Narrows. That's where your best ice is. It's just really sketchy out here. I mean, I don't know, I might be able to drill a hole and see what depth we got here, but if it was me, I would just stay away from here. But with that being said, we're seeing some pretty darn nice fish coming out of the Narrows there, the yellow, so that's a good sign. Caught a catfish too. Don't forget about that at Emmetsburg. It's a well-known catfish destination. A lot of nice channel cat come out of here in the spring, fall, and winter, and they're a blast through the ice. You know, keep Emmetsburg on the map. Once this snow melts down and everything refreezes, I think it's going to be a good year out here. But like I said earlier in the video and throughout this whole thing is safety is very important, guys. I know everybody's excited to get on the ice. Everybody wants to get out, but you got to have the proper gear. If you don't have the proper gear, please just wait. Wait till you've got really, really good ice, because we don't need to see anybody falling in. We don't want any of the rescue workers having to come in and risk their lives as well to save your butt if you fall through. But anyways, so this has been Lucas Parsons with Legends Guide Service, LGS Outdoors. And this has been our fishing and ice report from Five Island Lake in Emmetsburg.